Welcome to Royal Match News today, June 27th. My name is King Robert. Let's start it. Woman says she tried to save dog but ended up in hot water.
It's the first day of summer and America is already bracing for a major heat wave. So it is the perfect time for a reminder to never leave a child or pet in a hot car. This woman saw a dog panting in 90-degree weather, so unable to find the owner, she opened the car door and gave the dog water. Then she got the shock of her life. As Allison Hall reports, when a police officer arrived, she was the one in trouble.
A woman sees something in the parking lot on a blazing hot day.
You okay?
There's a dog inside that pickup truck.
The windows were rolled down about this much. The dog was clearly at that point in distress, panting really heavily.
Suzanne Vela says she was leaving the gym in Cornelius, North Carolina when she saw the pooch in what she says was obvious distress.
The car was parked really close to the Wendy's restaurant, so I did go inside of the Wendy's and looked around, and I did not see any adults.
Suzanne called 911, but she says she couldn't wait for police to arrive. So she took matters into her own hands to rescue the dog. She went to open the door of the pickup truck, and to her surprise, it was unlocked. Suzanne gave the dog water from her water bottle. 10 minutes later, an officer showed up. Turns out her good deed, giving the pooch some cold water, landed her in hot water.
So what right do you think you have to open someone's door?
I already told you, I don't think that I have a right, but all I said was that if there's a dog and on a 90-degree day locked in the car panting, I'm going to give it water.
You have no right to do that.
Okay,
Turns out under North Carolina state law, only first responders are allowed to enter a car if they can't locate the owner.
The police officer got very close to me and just started raising his voice, yelling at me, telling me that I had broken the law, that I had absolutely no right to go into somebody else's property.
The officer accused Suzanne of trespassing because she opened the car door to come to the aid of the dog. Do you regret breaking the law in this way?
When it comes to the safety and well-being and the humane treatment of a person or an animal, I am happy to break the law. And if I had to do it again, I would have done the same exact thing.
The owner of the car declined to press charges. Now he's being investigated for alleged animal cruelty. The police department is also looking into whether or not the officer acted appropriately.
Pilot adopts cat she rescued after fatal crash kills LTS owners.
A cat named Mira has a new home after surviving an accident that killed her owners.
We got a call from the Garfield County Sheriff's Office, and they let us know that they needed help with a recovery effort in Bryce Canyon National Park.
Matthew Nannon and Bailey Crane reportedly fell 380 feet from Inspiration Point. Chelsea Tuga, a helicopter pilot, was part of the case.
And as part of that effort, the Sheriff's Department wanted us to collect what they thought was a backpack at the time, just to make sure that they had all the evidence needed for their investigation. And my rescue specialist was able to collect that item. And when he got down there, he actually relayed back to us that it was a cat inside of a cat carrier. He didn't specify that it was still alive. I just assumed because of the nature of the fall that it was deceased. And as we were flying back to the command post, he told us that it was still alive. And so we were all amazed by that.
We're gonna get you over to the table, okay?
The injured feline eventually ended up at Best Friends Animal Society.
She had broken teeth, some fractured ribs. And then after being under their care for about a week, she developed fluid around her heart, probably because of the fall and some internal injuries and stuff, which was causing problems with her breathing.
After recovering from her injuries, the cat needed a new home.
After we rescued her, I felt, pretty bad for her. I didn't really know what her future was going to be like. I wasn't really in the market for another cat. I already had two at the time, and I also have a dog. But after we pulled her up off the hill, I was totally open to the idea at that point of bringing her into my home if she needed a home. I reached out to Best Friends Animal Society once I figured out that that's where she was, and just let them know if the extended family didn't want to retain her, and if she was open for adoption. I was definitely interested in that.
Her previous owner's extended family couldn't take her in.
They were willing to allow her to be placed up for adoption, that they let me know that she was ready to be adopted. I was really excited. Yeah, it was a great feeling. When I drove down to pick her up, that was the first time I'd seen her again since the accident. It was great to just kind of see her personality at that point. She was way more outgoing, purring nonstop and just wanting to cuddle. It was awesome.
12-year-old Mira now has 2 other cat siblings, Max and Milo.
Yeah, they're doing good. At first they all gave each other space and were just very leery of each other, but now she's starting to kind of rule the roost around there and, giving them the what for and stuff. It's kind of funny to see the dynamic. We've never hoisted a cat before, never had one on the helicopter, so it's definitely a unique situation for us. I'm probably seen as the crazy cat lady around work at this point since I have 3 cats now, but it is what it is, so.
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Andrea Swindle.
Cops escort 5-year-old Indiana boy to school after dad dies in the line of duty.
A heartbreaking moment. Police officers and sheriff's deputies stand shoulder to shoulder, showing their support to a 5-year-old boy returning to school for the first time since his father was killed in the line of duty. Little Dakota's father, Rob Pitts, was a 16-year veteran of the Terre Haute, Indiana Police Department. On May 4th, he was killed while investigating a homicide. The day of his funeral, people lined the road. Police from all over were part of the procession and filled an auditorium to remember him. It was a funeral fit for a hero. Officer Pitt's patrol car became a memorial. When it was time to return to school after his dad's funeral, Dakota had a simple request for his mom. I spoke to Dakota's uncle, Greg Pitts. What was Dakota's request?
He asked for a police officer to take him to school.
Dakota got the shock of his life when not 1, but 70 police officers lined the walkway to his school to welcome him back. He was wearing his dad's badge. The SWAT team even gave him his own T-shirt.
Even though his father's not physically here, his memory will last, and he just inherited 130 other officers in his life.
Eerie mystery music haunts New Jersey town.
It's the mystery driving people nuts. Where's it coming from?
It's coming from the river.
Late at night, when most residents are fast asleep, this song fills the air, and no one has a clue where it's coming from. Police have been inundated with 911 calls.
Are you calling about loud music?
Yes.
We've received at least 20 complaints about it.
Are you kidding me?
How loud is it?
It's very loud. Early in the morning.
And it's waking you guys up?
Yes.
The mysterious music can be heard at all hours of the night, even at 3 a.m. But where is it coming from? Well, authorities here in southern New Jersey believe it's coming from over there, across the river in Delaware.
It's like boom, boom, boom.
What's your best guess right now?
I think it's a boat.
You think it's a boat?
Yes, I think it's a boat.
The police chief, Alan Cummings, has spent months trying to track down the culprit or culprits.
We've actually had the Coast Guard out in the river trying to locate, maybe it was a barge that was out there working and the music was coming from the barge. That came up negative.
Another theory, it's a bunch of car stereo fanatics like these guys showing off their powerful speakers. The mystery joins a growing list of strange, unexplainable sounds. A high-pitched wail recorded in British Columbia, an eerie whine from Finland, and this recorded in England. A child's nursery rhyme. Have you ever heard anything so creepy? The New Jersey mystery may not be as spooky, but it's still super annoying.
Do you guys inside Edition know what it is?
That's why we're here. We're trying to figure it out.
Well, if you have any clue, please call me because we all want to know.
Today the story ends here and started weather.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Saturday, June 28th, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 2300 plus 19 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 night, star 11 o'clock to 1400 plus 23 plus 25 1700 to 2000 plus 27 plus 26 sun cloudy. June to July 29 301 plus 29 plus 30 plus 35. And goodbye. This is all Royal Match News. Number phone 775-218-6200.